What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're jumping into Warzone, and today we're going to be talking about how to unlock the new assault rifle from Cold War, the Vargo 52, for those of you that are free to play in Warzone. Now, I know not everyone has access to multiplayer. Maybe you just haven't bought it, you've just been a free-to-play player, and you're looking to unlock these weapons. As we've gone over before in the past, there is challenges that allow you to unlock them. Sometimes they can be a little bit challenging. So in today's video, I'll be going over some tips and tricks. I'll even be sharing with you guys the best loadout that I recommend, and sharing with you guys the mode and locations you should land. That way you guys can do this as easy as possible. But before we jump into the rest of the video here, if you guys do enjoy this content anytime or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Go ahead and throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys would like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. Alright, so to dive right into it, first things first, we're going to need to know what the challenge is in order to complete it. So if you guys go to where you edit your loadout, go to the assault rifle category, scroll down to the Vargo 52, the challenge will read as follows. Using assault rifles, deal 1,000 damage in 15 different matches. Now, this is going to be fairly simple. If you guys are jumping into plunder, people on average spawn in with about 200 health, obviously 2 plates, not fully plated. So you are going to be able to at least eliminate 5 people to hit that 1,000. I do recommend 6 to 7 kills to obviously go over that, to make sure you do that 1,000 damage, and you will be good to go. You don't even have to eliminate people, essentially. As long as you're dealing the damage, it is good, but I do recommend sitting somewhere around 6 to 7 eliminations in order to make sure that you are actually going to be covering it. You are also capable of doing this in Battle Royale or Rebirth, or Resurgence, I should say. However, it is just going to be like 4 or 5 kills based on people being fully plated. You can always go a little bit over and do the 6 to 7 just to make sure you actually have enough. But essentially, it is the same idea. Now, when it comes to game modes, I'm going to highly recommend you guys jump into Plunder. Now, this is something I recommend in all of my videos, and the reason is it gives you the most time to complete the challenge. Now, it is also going to allow you to focus on one particular area of the map and continue to land there no matter how many times you get eliminated. Essentially, the most time you get, the more engagements you get, the more opportunities you have, overall, the easier the challenge will be. And I think Plunder finds that spot for all players of all skill levels. So it's always where I recommend you guys go. Now, you guys could have obviously unlocked this in other modes, but it is not my recommendation. Now that you guys know you should be in Plunder, let's go ahead and talk about map location on where you should actually position yourself to be able to have the most engagements. Airfield seems to be the most popular place on the map. I land here continuously, match after match of Plunder, and I'm able to find way more than 10 people and 10 engagements in the time period that I'm given. Obviously, it is going to be dependent on your skill level, whether or not you're going to be able to eliminate people, hit people, and obviously find people in general. And some of that is going to involve luck on the lobby that you get. However, I think given that you guys are given so much time in Plunder, given that there are so many engagements, I don't think you guys will have any issues at all. And again, this isn't something you have to actually get eliminations. You're really just looking for damage. But I do recommend that 5 to 6 kill range just to make sure that you guys are dealing a substantial amount of damage. Now, another thing I want to mention when landing over an airfield is I usually try to land on the outskirts. You can typically see people flying in. Tons of people try to fall in behind you. It's kind of an interesting experience, but the outskirts is where I find most of my engagements just because it allows me to see people coming in, allows me to challenge those people on the left side of the airfield, on the right. Gives me a little bit more freedom to kind of choose where I want to go. So now that we've covered what mode you should play, where you should be on the map, and you guys even know what the challenge is, let's go ahead and talk about the setup that I recommend you guys use in order to unlock the weapon. And it's going to be a Cold War weapon because we are unlocking a Cold War weapon. And I think it just helps with issues you could have by sticking to the game that the gun is from. You could probably get away with using a Modern Warfare gun or even a Vanguard weapon as well to unlock this. I just didn't test it, and I don't want to give you guys any false hope. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the class setup that I was using for the Cold War AK-47. Alrighty, for our AK class setup, we have for the muzzle, the GRU suppressor, for the barrel, the 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel, for the optic, the axle arms 3 times, magazine, the 60 round, and last but not least, for the underbarrel, we have that Spetsnaz grip. Alright, so now I think you guys are all set up with the basics. You know what mode to play, you know what place to land, you know what class setup you could be using to do this the easiest way. There's just a couple more things I want to address before we wrap this up, and that's going to be number 1. You do not have to complete the match if you are confident that you have the 1,000 damage, and even if it doesn't show its tracking by going into your edit your loadout and actually looking to see if it's counted, you are able to leave the matches. The issue I had with this was, although I did way more than 1,000 damage and I did complete the match, it still did not show up as tracking, so I did have to restart my game for that progress to show up. Once I did restart the game though, it did give me my progress, it did count, So I know that you guys are able to do that. You guys should be able to leave matches, as it doesn't say you need to complete them. And I don't think you guys are going to run into too many issues with this challenge, because it is one of the easier ones we've had for some time. If there's anything in these videos you guys would like to see me include in the future, please leave a comment down in the comment section below, and I will make sure to do the best that I can on implementing those things. Now, I think I've set you guys up the best that I can. I gave you guys the little tips and tricks that I think will help be the most beneficial for you guys, but I think that's going to wrap things up for us here. If there's anything you guys would like to see me include in these videos in the future, let me know down in the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support on the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.